Today you get to watch me upload and schedule a year's worth of posts in a WordPress website. Now, this is not the typical how-to style video. This is more of a look over my shoulder and watch me solve some problems using different tools. And the point of this is to show you that with a little creativity, the right tools, you can implement different content strategies in your business. So what's my problem? So you're looking at a WordPress site. This is a personal development online bookstore. And my problem, if you want to call it a problem, was that I wanted to have some daily content posted on the blog, going out to social media like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+. So I took a look at what other people are doing, and some of the common things I saw were inspirational quotes, Bible verses, daily facts, things like that. And I kind of came up with this idea for a daily affirmation type post. You can see here that I have a number of examples here. Let's take a look at one. These are basically short articles that are meant to improve people's lives. Kind of like daily reminders of how to make small incremental changes in one's life. So as you can see here, each article has a picture, there's a quote, and at the bottom there are some action items. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, you can kind of say they all follow the same format. And people do appreciate them. You can see here this one got a couple of likes, a couple of retweets. Nothing earth-shattering, but consider I only spend an hour a year setting this up. So to me, it's little work, big reward. And I really like these articles compared to what I was thinking about doing, and that's some daily inspirational quote by somebody famous in history or some famous business person. So I like these much better. So what I do is I schedule these to go out daily, and then they are auto-posted to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google+ automatically using a plugin called Jetpack, which you've probably heard of. There are a number of strategies, another number of different methods to auto-posting content. I don't think Jetpack is the best, but that's what I'm using on this website. So it's just one of the many ways. Now, I did not write any of this content that I'm showing you right now. What I did is I licensed this content from a publisher. This publisher is in the business of providing private label rights content. That means that instead of selling his content to one customer, the content that he produces from a number of professional writers he has on staff, he sells the same content to a number of customers. So he makes money over and over again on the same content. And for me, I get high quality content at a very low price because I am not the exclusive owner of the content. So it's a mutual beneficial arrangement. Now, I use private label rights content quite a bit in my business. It works very well in my various business models. I have a number of different sites, and I think each one of them may have a different business model. Now, there's this old idea, some old thinking out there that says that content must be unique. You may have heard that before. To me, that's very narrow-minded thinking. The web is just incredibly vast. I don't think people realize how huge the web is. There are thousands of different strategies you can use for content and for making money online. And I think limiting yourself to only producing unique content, I really think if you're going to do that, you're really not going to make much money online. Now, yes, of course, there are a lot of people out there that do make tons of money from producing unique content. But usually in those cases, they are leveraging huge audiences that they built up. They're partnering with other people who have huge audiences. And so there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that can be attributed to their success. Like I said, there are literally thousands of different strategies, business models that you can use online. And for me, private label rights content is a very critical, important part of some of my business models. Okay, there's this other argument that you must have unique content for SEO. Again, I guess it depends on what you're doing. I don't worry about SEO. I think SEO is nice if you can get some free search engine traffic. That's fine. I'll take it. But I don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about SEO, trying to improve SEO. I kind of think it's a distraction sometimes in my business. So I don't worry about it. I'll take it if I can get it with very little effort, but it's just not that important to me. Now, the big question is, does doing this, importing a large number of private label rights articles onto my site, scheduling them in advance, having them post daily, having them syndicate to social media accounts, does that make any money for me? And the answer is absolutely it does. Now, again, this website is an online bookstore, so it does sell books. And I do get book sales from time to time, not a whole lot, but that's not the real purpose of this site. That's not where its real value is for me personally. This site helps me connect with new authors who then may hire me to format their ebooks, to help with their website, improve their website, or even create a brand new website for authors that don't have a website yet. I've met quite a few authors through social media, and I've been hired to do some of the work that I just mentioned. And I don't think that would have happened if I wasn't posting daily to the social media accounts through this website. So yes, it helps me make money. Will this strategy work for you? I don't see why it couldn't. Depends on your audience, depends on the content and other factors. So I've explained what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Now let's get into the how. So I just got through explaining how I leverage private label rights content. And here on the screen, I've got a folder open. And in this folder is 364 files. Each file represents an article in plain text. Now I could take all these files and I could upload them as is. I have a plugin that I'm going to use to upload all the articles for the site. And I can do that right now. I can upload them all, I can have them scheduled, and I'd be done. This video would be over. In fact, I'd have to change the title and call it How to Post a Year's Worth of Articles in 5 Minutes. But I'm going to spend some time, not a whole lot of time, I'm going to spend some time formatting these articles. Remember that each article has a picture, a quote. This is actually formatted. You can see it's bold and it's bigger text. So I'm going to take a little extra time to apply that to these text files. So first, I need to open all of these files in my text editor. I'm using Ultra Edit. This is one of the main tools that I use to manipulate text files, to do a number of different things. There are lots and lots of text editor software out there that you can use. There's Notepad, there's just a lot of them out there. I've used Ultra Edit for a very long time. It's very reliable. Some of the functions in Ultra Edit work better than compared to other text editors, but the truth is you could use anything. You don't have to use Ultra Edit. I just happen to like this software. So now that I have all 364 text files in my editor, what I'm going to do is insert some HTML tags. Now, like I said a minute ago, I don't have to do this, but I'm using a little HTML formatting to get this effect. This is a block quote. The styling is provided by the theme I'm using. I'm going to style the action items, self-reflection questions, with HTML. And I believe by doing that, it will give the content a consistent look on different devices. The other thing I need to do is insert an image into each of these text files. So you're going to see me do that. So here's what I'm going to do with each of these files. The plugin that I'm using, it's going to read the first line. This is the title. So the plugin is going to format that line. Through each one of these, I'm going to identify something quote-worthy, highlight it, and then quote it. Like this might make a good quote. So I highlight it, and then using the shortcut codes and Ultra Edit, I'll wrap it in a block quote. I'll insert an image right here, but I'll do that in a moment. Because first I'm going to wrap this in an HTML H2 tag, and I can do that for all files right now. That'll be very easy. So I'm just going to copy this. I'll hit the replace text, and I'll put in H2 tags, and I'll apply this to all open files. I've got almost, 364 files open, so this could take a moment. Okay, it says I'm out of memory. So what I'm going to do is, probably because I'm running Camtasia right now, I'm going to pause the video for a moment. And I might have to do that with some of these operations. But when I come back, all the files should be updated. So I'll be back in a moment. So I had some memory issues on this computer. This computer only has 8 gigabytes of memory, which I thought would be enough, but it wasn't. So instead of having all the files open and doing the find and replace operation, instead I closed all the files and I did a replace in files, which worked fine. And what I'm doing now is I'm removing these numbers because I'm going to replace these numbers with HTML ordered list tags, which in my mind is the proper way to have a numbered list on a web page. So I did number 1, I got rid of it on all the files. I'm doing number 2 now, you can watch me do that. You can see down here, it's going through all the files and it's removing the 2. Now I'll do the same thing for number 3. Okay. There we go. Now I think I can open them all up again and keep going. So I'm going to select all these files. One thing Ultra Edit does that I forgot to turn off is it creates a backup file so you can undo any changes. So in this case it created hundreds of backup files that I don't need. So I'm just going to try and be careful and select only the original articles. Not the backup files. And I've selected 364. You can see down here this little, whoops, go away. This little status window in the toolbar. And you can see that 364 files are selected out of 459. So that's the correct number. So I'm going to bring these back into Ultra Edit and keep going with my formatting. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up my desktop here. I've got my articles on the left, and on the right I have HTML for all the images that are already uploaded in my site in the Media Manager. What I did is I took the URL of each image and I used Excel to wrap the proper image tag and class that I want to use from WordPress. And what I'll do is in each one of these text files, in each one of these articles, I should say, I will choose an image, copy the HTML, and insert it into the article. And it'll be a little bit random, but I'll try to stay on topic. So for example, worries are easy for me to handle. That's the title of this article. So I have my images over here on the right, They're organized by category. I'm just going to go ahead and pick one. And then I'll just insert it maybe right here after the first line. So I've got my image. I'm going to get my block quote here. And the last thing I need to do is apply the ordered list tags. And I believe that is control comma. Yes, perfect. And this one is done. So I can close this one and move on to the next one. Okay, here's the next one. I actually started working on this a few minutes ago. I don't know if you noticed, and I still had it open. So let me put the ordered list tags. There we go. And an image. I'm constantly achieving peace and relaxation in my life. So I think I have some images related to meditation. Whoops. Okay, here. This will be a good one. And I'll just insert it in this space right here that I made earlier. Okay, this one's done. Okay, winning for me means learning a lesson and an outcome. I think I have a football image that might be appropriate, so I'll copy that, insert it in here's a good place. I need a block quote. I'll just take this one. Okay. And let me apply the ordered list. Whoops, wrong shortcut key. Okay, move on to the next one. So you can see it only takes a few seconds to do one of these. So I've got, whatever, 363, 362 more to do. And if I wasn't distracted by talking as I'm doing this, I could zip through these even faster. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause the video. You don't need to see me do each and every one of these 367 more times or whatever I'm doing. And when I come back, these will all be ready to upload. So see you in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. It is actually the day after I started this project. When I paused the video yesterday, I got a little busy, I got a little distracted, but I did get back to the project. I did format the rest of the articles. Without the screen recording on, I got into a really nice rhythm and I was able to bang them out. It did take longer, however, than I thought it would. It ended up taking me probably 2 hours, maybe a little longer than that. I didn't really time myself. But the reason why it took me so long was inserting these images from this list. What I did is I actually skimmed the article, and I selected an image that I thought was a good match. And so that took a few seconds. I don't know how many seconds, but that's what slowed me down. But it was really important to me to have images in every single article, so it was worth doing. Had I chosen not to have images in my articles, I probably would have finished in less than an hour. But even if it would have taken me 5 hours or 6 hours, I still would have done it. I still think it's worth it. Because once I have these articles on the site, I really don't have to worry too much about posting for a year. I'll probably post some longer articles, some substantial content here and there, maybe a few times a week. I will use private label rights content to do that. I might do it in the same fashion that I've shown you here by doing some quick formatting. I may even spend a little more time and rewrite the titles, rewrite some of the paragraphs, things like that. But if I don't have time to do that, I don't have to worry about it. I've got posts coming every day. So if I get busy, if I'm traveling, I know in the back of my head that the site is active. My social media accounts are active. So doing this once a year, doing this for 2 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, it's worth it to me. Okay, moving on. I've got a folder here that has all the formatted articles ready to go. Now, the other thing I did off screen I uploaded about 100 articles, and I did that for two reasons. One reason is that as I was formatting these articles and skimming them, I noticed some were seasonal. Now, right now, as I'm filming this video, it's November 2014. And so I came across articles that were talking about New Year's resolutions, wintertime activities, things of that sort. Had I uploaded them all at once, it would have been hard to guarantee or to avoid having that New Year's resolution article show up in July, or having the wintertime activities article show up in May. You see what I mean? So I separated those out and I uploaded them now ahead of the pack to make sure that they were scheduled appropriately. Now, there was only a handful of these, but I ended up doing 100 because I figured it might be more safe, kind of split up this process into 2 uploads and do a little load balancing, because you never know. My site is on some shared hosting. It's going to take more processing power to upload, 300-400 articles than it will 100 articles and then 200 and some odd articles. So it's kind of like a load balancing strategy, since I already needed to upload the seasonal articles anyway. I hope that makes sense. Just trying to explain what's going on in my mind. Okay, after that long-winded explanation of why I uploaded some of the articles already, I'm ready to do now the rest of these. So the first step is I need to select all these and save them to a zip file. That's what the plugin is expecting, a zip file. Here we go. Copy the path there because I'm going to need that in a moment. Now let's go off to the site. I'm going to use this plugin to do the bulk upload. I'm going to upload the zip file. It's going to open the zip file and read in all the files. I like this plugin. It's very reliable. I got this from a private label rights publisher, not the same one I got the articles from, a different publisher. And I like this plugin. It's very simple. It's very reliable. If you want to do this, I don't know if you're going to find this plugin. I don't think it's available for free on the market anywhere, but there are others that do the same thing. So don't worry. If you watch this video and you feel inspired to do something like this on your site and you can't find this plugin, that's okay, because there are others out there that do the exact same thing. I just happen to like this plugin. Okay. Let's grab the zip file I just created. Now I'll click Upload Zip for processing. Let it chug away here for a few moments. Hopefully it doesn't choke on me. Okay. Now, since I already did 100, I've got to change this date. And I know the date. I've got to change. My postings stop at March 19th, 2015. So these need to begin on the 20th of March. And I want these to go out in the morning, every morning, East Coast time. And I want it to happen every 24 hours. Good. This is the correct author. This is not the correct category, so I'll change that to affirmations, and I'll click apply, and you're going to see it's going to go through and update all these automatically. Beautiful. I want these to appear scheduled, and we have that. Okay, this looks good. I'm ready to go. Process articles. Give it a minute here. Hopefully it won't choke on this shared hosting. Okay, this looks good. Posted with status. That's should say scheduled actually, but I've used this plugin enough times. I know this is not a concern. But the dates look good. Scroll down here. 270 articles added, and that's what I have left over from after my first upload. And I can go back and double check and see, okay, so yes, there are 271 files in my folder, but I know one of those is the zip file that I just created. So there are actually 270 articles. You can see down here in this little indicator window. Okay, so the numbers match. Now let's do a quick spot check. So I'll click on post here. And look at that. So I have posts scheduled through December 14th, 2015. They all say scheduled. That's good. This is beautiful. Yep, yep. Good, good, good. Very good. Let's go and take a look at one of these. And this looks good. This is exactly what I expect. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, I think I can wrap up this video now. If you found this video interesting, I plan to do more like it. You saw me do a little hacking with Ultra Edit and Excel, but honestly, that's just scratching the surface of some of the things that I do. Google Sheets is an amazing tool for doing blog hacking, or should I say content hacking. So if you are interested in seeing more videos like this, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can connect with me on Twitter to get updates on new videos that I produce. And likewise, if you have any questions, please connect with me on Twitter. Probably the best way to get a hold of me. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.